This is Ron Higgins with the Shreveport Bossier Journal.com, and I'm sitting here on the field after LSU's season-closing 42-30 win over Texas A&M in a game that was way in doubt against a team with an interim coach and a former third-string quarterback who basically, for the most part, for the most of the game, did what he wanted against LSU's defense, which wasn't a surprise because we've seen this garbage all year. And it gets to the point where you see basically almost 100,000 fans just begging for a third down stop. Just get a third down stop just once, will you? And it was, honestly, it was, when they finally got third down stops, the game turned. LSU was down 24-14. They got it, stopped Jaden Daniels on a fourth and third, a 47-yard run, and they flipped the game totally. And once they got some stops, got an interception, it finally flipped. And and of course, you knew if you just give Jaden Daniels the ball, they'll win a game. And he went out and won this thing for him. Or his Heisman chance at this point, for a while I thought he was getting killed because really the defense wasn't going to give him the ball back, and the amount of possessions were dwindling. But listen, the guy in the last quarter and a half was fantastic. He did what he did all year for LSU. He's won games for him. 21 points in the fourth quarter. Could have had 28. Really easy. Could have had 28. They took a knee at the end. They showed the Aggies some mercy. Personally, I wouldn't have done that. I would have shoved another touchdown in and pointed to the scoreboard. But that's just me. He probably had close to 180 yards last quarter and a half, or last quarter. He finished with 235 passing, 16 of 24, 4 touchdowns, 120 yards rushing on 11 carries. By his standards, it's under his average per game total offense. But if you looked at his passes, his touchdown passes in the fourth quarter, just absolutely on the money, amazing. 23 yards to Brian Thomas Jr., 21 yards to Blake Neighbors, who set their career reception record, and 15 yards to Kyron Lacy. This was, a game where Daniels was forced to win the game because LSU's defense was pretty crummy for basically 3 quarters. The game, and some of the players said after the game, the defense changed when they started using Harold Parkins Jr. as a spy, and it kind of, forced some stop A&M on third down, got the ball back for Jaden Daniels, and it makes you just shake your head and wonder, why do you have to wait to the second half when you're getting drilled the entire first half by a guy who was a third-team quarterback 3 or 4 weeks ago, who played in 5 games at Fresno State in 2 years and threw for 50-something yards in his career, to come into LSU and kick LSU's butt for a whole half. It takes you a whole half to figure out, think Harold Parker's a spy. Brian Kelly said after the game that he'll evaluate all his coaches after this game, and they need to evaluate Matt House's right now. It got old watching this crummy defense this year, it really did, and it showed you what happens if this was a game of a great illustration of what happens when the defense just gets a few stops, because LSU gets the ball, gets in the end zone, because they have the best quarterback in football, and I still think the best player in football. I think he did nothing today to hurt his Heisman chances, and I'll say this, if Bo Nix and Oregon it's a Heisman Trophy, it's absolutely robbery. Okay, Jay Daniels played against the defense today was better than anything that Nick saw all year. This was his 6th top 50 defense he's seen all year. What did Nick see? 1, 2, twice? I'm not going to sit there and kill Bo Nix. He did what he did in a situation where he left the SEC, went to find somewhere where it was he could get some time and I guess get his confidence up. Jay Daniels left Arizona State and ran into the fire of the SEC, and came out here today, and his final performance did a great job. So all I can say is right now, 42-30, LSU beats A&M. As most LSU games this year, it wasn't pretty. As most LSU games this year, you're probably cussing the defense most of the game. This defense will be remembered as one of the worst in LSU history. And despite all that, they've won 8 games because you got a quarterback and two 1,000-yard receivers who are about as good as you'll ever see to wear the purple and gold. And you probably won't see them after this year. But just remember how fun it was watching those guys play, and try to remember that when you think of, you think of 2023. Just remember the offense, and really just try to act as if the LSU defense really ever existed, because honestly, it really never did this year. This is Ron Higgins, the Shreveport Bossier Journal, and thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.